Hello, everyone, and welcome back to This is Powerful Bride. Coming up right now, we have NecroVision Lost Company. Any present run by AstridTheHorrorGirl. You want to take it away?
Sure thing. Hello, everyone. I'm AstridTheHorrorGirl, and this is NecroVision Lost Company, a prequel to the game NecroVision. I am here to help you all understand that everything that you know about the original war, the Great War, World War I, it's all a lie. You will find out through here that the Great War was actually just the backdrop for the actual war going on between the demons and the vampires in the underworld, in which both the American army and the German army participated and took sides in. And there's werewolves, because of course there are. There are zombies, because of course there are. World War I is actually a lot more complicated than those history books would have you believe, so I'm here to help set the record straight. Um, and this game is also ridiculous and broken and just an absurd mess of a first-person shooter, and I'm excited to show it to all of you. Um, so the first thing to note is right over as I mouse over Start New Game, you may see it say at the bottom, "Join the British Army and discover the horror and mystery of the Great War." We will never see the British Army, we will never see a British officer, and we are not joining their ranks at all. That is not something that is happening. I have no idea why it says that, but it does, and it's great. Just another fun quirk about this game. But, yeah, if we're ready to get started, I can do a countdown for the clock to come on.
That sounds good.
All right.
Gotta say,
And
I love whatever's going on here.
very good. Um, So let's go with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Um, so most of this run is going to be taking place out of bounds. We can actually run in this black screen here, which is what I was doing. And we're going to skip that little scene where we find out, oh my gosh, zombies. What is happening? And we're going to take this box to get up on this roof here. Use the storm drain to just jump over into this area that we're not supposed to be and start running up the mountain. This mountain, you're not actually supposed to be able to get over here. I don't know why you can. It seems strange to have given collision to the entire mountain, but they did, and we're just going to go ahead and use that to our advantage. So down here, we're going to jump into the nothing that appears as it despawns the textures to arrive on the other side and right up the side of the wall. And we're on a route right now to get to near the end of the level. I say near because we can't go quite directly there, but we will be on the way there, essentially. After some of that invisible running, there's going to be a little bit more of that. Okay. A little save just in case this fall kills us, which it sometimes does. And we're going to try to squeeze ourselves back in bounds here. Being a little bit stubborn. There we go. And we're in bounds. Here's some zombies and vampires attacking us. We're going to try to get this box to... When you squeeze in between boxes, it launches you up in the air sometimes for some reason. These guys are being a little bit stubborn right now, which is rude. But yeah, we're going to try to get up there. There we are. And now we're up here. You actually can't be up here. No part of the game takes you here. This is all just texture and aesthetic. But we're above the end of the game, so we're gonna fall through the floor here, or the end of the level, I should say. Grab this lever, and that ends the level. And that's the first level of the game.
I absolutely love a run immediately. It's fantastic.
It's pretty great, isn't it? These are the zombie soldiers. We're gonna use this box to get ourselves to launch on the roof. And we're gonna slow our game down to 30 frames per second so that we can do this trick, the rifle jump. The rifle jump is a huge technique that we were able to actually finally get consistent. I kind of messed up there. Because it put me in this place I don't actually want to be. The rifle jump is an interesting thing where you are trying to figure out where you are with your frames, and you're trying to run forward while holding forward, meleeing, and jumping at the same time. And for some reason, that makes you fly in the air. And you can control whether you go straight up, whether you go backwards, or whether you go forwards if you land on the correct frame. So in order to make it easier on ourselves, we try to slow down the inputs to 30 frames per second, just to make sure that the game is still playable, and also so that we can kind of get a better representation of counting those frames, because at the full 144 frames per second, it's very, very difficult to keep up with whether we're landing on the right frame or not. So slowing it down right there just to make sure that we get it there. And now we are on the airplane level, where we fly an airplane. There's sadly no out-of-bounds skips, just little techniques to hopefully get us to go quicker. We gotta just kill these airplanes on the ground, just like that. And then head on back to defend a train from being attacked. As you can see, the sky is filled with demons, a very popular thing that you would commonly see in World War I. You can check the real history books and textbooks for that. Very commonly, demons would do attacks on trains going over bridges. And of course, the flying, glowing phosphorus scorpions that were also very common in Europe, but sadly did not, were not seen again after the war. A shame. But we have to stop those from crashing into the train too. So, KK, I hope that this is helping you understand a little bit of the history that you might not have gotten an opportunity to learn about in school.
I guess my taste must have just really sweet. I missed out on so much.
I know, me too. I'm just happy that this game was here to open my eyes to everything that really happened.
I do have a question. With the vampires, demons, the werewolves, are they all on the same side?
The vampires are against the demons. It is unclear what side the werewolves are on, I'll be completely honest. The narrative of this game is not always the most straightforward thing, which I will get to a little bit later too, because some things really do catch you off guard, not in just a speedrun way of, oh, how is this happening, but even if you were to play this game casually, it's a little strange.
Oh, that makes sense. Lore is very complex.
True, a lot was going on. So now I'm on this way to destroy a Zeppelin that is spraying this green gas that is basically infecting people and turning them into all those zombies that we've been seeing. So you can actually shoot the Zeppelin before you can physically see it. So I'm basically killing it before it's even supposed to be a fight that you can participate in. And I kind of destroyed it before I even got a chance to properly engage it. And now I am doing some quick saves to attempt to skip some dialogue, which sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Got a little bit, but not as much as I would like. And now we are doing a little bit of a rail shooter section as we are in the tail gunner seat. And we get attacked by a dragon.
Dragon too?
There are dragons in this too.
Yeah, they're really checking all that boxes.
They really are, yes. And as you can see by the physics of the flying in this game, this really was just they really got everything accurate.
Ahead of its time.
Yes. You may notice that I'm only shooting the fireballs that the dragon is flinging at me. That is because the dragon, you cannot actually kill it. It has a health bar, but you cannot possibly do enough damage to it to actually kill it. I've tried and done different little techniques that the game isn't supposed to let you do in order to kill the dragon, and I still couldn't kill the dragon. So not really a possible thing. It's kind of just a scripted don't be killed by the fireballs moment, which makes sense because this is a prologue to the first NecroVision game, and this dragon appears. You can ride the dragon in the other game. Let me just say that.
Oh my god. Do we have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. We have $25 from 60. He says, "Good luck, Astrid. Looking forward to the new Twilight movies set during World War One." And this was also sent towards to incentives the Dad's Plan mini game that's coming up in the next round actually in less than 2 hours. We're less than $200 towards that goal, so make sure that when you donate, you click on that one, and also for the language of Spanish for the Callisto Protocol run.
Personal note day 1.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to skip this. And you're supposed to be waking up in bed right now, but you can totally move while this part's happening. So I'm just zipping out of bed. I wish I could get up that quickly in the morning. And we are already on our way. This part has been giving me trouble lately. This is where we see the werewolves, but I like to call them werepeople because they're actually wolves that turn into werewolves, not people that turn into werewolves. Oh, there's one. Oh, I didn't even notice I was being pushed through the world. Too early. Okay. Gonna try to send that wolf away as we push ourselves through the world a little bit too fast again. There we go. All right, so we've fallen through the mountain, and it is now time for us to cross the mountain, Skyrim horse style. That is correct. If you've played Skyrim and you've seen how the horses can handle mountains, the protagonist of this game can do things similarly. So we're gonna start heading up this mountain now. This part's tricky, and chapter 4 here is one of the most brutal parts of the game because where you are supposed to be is very finicky, and sometimes this game is notorious for just eating your inputs. So you think that you're like, I'll just jump there, and then it just eats your jump, and now you're sliding down the mountain. And that's a little sad when that happens. So far, other than the were-human from earlier, the mountain seems to be treating us well. And yeah, we are going forward and skipping quite a bit of the level because this little area that we're going into is supposed to be the last part of this level. That is otherwise, these levels are normally 20 minutes by themselves. We're going to zip up here by just looking at the ground a certain way. All right. And utilizing some rifle jumps, we're going to run along this roof and try to go as fast as we can. And we're going to try to get up through that window up there by rifle jumping our way up. Almost. There we go.
Let's head for the monastery.
And get back there and grab that key on the ground. Those little guys ran into a wall. We're going to run over that electric wall and get back into bounds to end the level. This next level has, we're actually doing what is now going to be the no major glitches strat to the game, if you can believe that. Normally, this level is centered around a giant boss fight. We will be seeing no such boss in the speedrun. Right now, we are trying to use some physics to push us up here. There we are. And this is right at the end. We're looking for this carburettor. There it is. And that's literally the last thing you're supposed to do in the game before leaving the level. So we're grabbing that. And now, very quickly, we're going to grab this weapon because we'll need it later. And we're just going to run on out of here. Meet our American friends that we made along the way. So this next level is driving a tank. And it's supposed to be the whole time driving the tank. But there's a little thing that you can do here, which is drive up this hill. You cannot run up this hill as a person, but it seems that the devs forgot that you can, in fact, drive up this hill with a tank. You can get out of the tank anytime, but if you take this all the way to this invisible wall here, what happens is if you push the tank up against it, when you get out, you exit on the other side of that invisible wall and can just be out of bounds. Just like that. So now we are effectively out of bounds and running to the last thing we need to do in the level here. It's going to take me a bit to get there in the plane, so we have plenty of time for donations and any announcements to make.
Okay, thank you so much.
Let me get this straight.
So in a world where the struggle for housing justice knows no bounds, Two Worlds United is creating a world where all LGBTQ plus youth can live in safety. This year, they're launching a first-of-its-kind research project in partnership with Kenneth and Jacob's House, dedicated to identifying the needs of homeless LGBTQ plus youth in East there a bid war going on the crypto protocol later on today. We have a bid war for the voice language. And at the moment, Spanish is winning by about $25 ahead of Japanese. So keep that in mind if you're interested in that when you donate. And yeah.
I do admit, you are a good soldier. Hey,
I also gotta say, I love the tech in this so far.
I'm glad. It's pretty ridiculous. I'm doing pretty bad on my rifle jumps right now, but that's okay. We're still, like, making pretty good time, decently.
It's like every time you introduce a new glitch, there's another one, like, immediately after it.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in this run, for sure. There is a heck of a lot happening. Lots of tricks that involve where your frame rate is at and such things as well. So we're going to run, or rather fall, down here. We're going to try to run up the dam. Almost. That's okay. We'll just rifle jump the rest of the way up. Just like that. We had to we had to spin that little wheel down there so the game knows that we are ready to go into the last area. Then we're going to fall in this hole to get to the last area of the game. And we're going to switch to that rifle that we picked up earlier with the rocket-propelled grenade on it. And the level ends shortly after we kill all these dudes. We're just going to bunch them up into this corner. Yeah, figured that dude lived. And this dude's just going to punch us while the level ends around us. And that's that level. This one is really fun and interesting, I think. Once again, running while the screen is black. There's going to be a lot of that this level. We're going to get on this basically canvas section. We want to be out of bounds to go right to the end of the level. But the thing is, the level doesn't spawn the textures if you're not going through it the way that it is intended. So as you will see here soon, the level is going to go black, and I'm just going to kind of have to know where to go from here. So it looks like nothing is really happening, but I'm actually trying to navigate right now where to go at the end. And right now I'm sitting in this spot waiting for a door to open. And I'll know when the door opens, it'll tell me that objective has been completed. And then the door will be open, then I can start moving again. Until then, I just have to hope that I'm there. There we go. There's a dude in front of me. He dies at the end, so I aim down a little bit with the RPG, and he dies. And that's that blind out of bounds for you.
Him wasn't so hard.
Now we're running through here, trying to get past my friends who want to talk to me. I successfully did it. I'm
1916.
gonna pick up this gun. Now over here, we're gonna lower our frame rate and cycle through our weapons, which changes the shape of our character so that we can fit through that door.
I won't give up though.
And now
It'll be dark
we
soon.
stand here,
Maybe they leave
and this is not the normal route anymore for the game, but I still like to do it. We're just gonna run out of bounds along the side here. Try not to fall out of the world. And we're gonna stand on top of the level and take it to where we need to go. All right. That was really good. Sometimes that jump is not great. All right. So now we are basically at the end. I need to spawn the final boss in that you are scripted to lose against. So normally when you fall out of the world like that, you instantly die. You have to lose. So that is, since the boss was there, it goes, oh, you died. That just means you died quicker. So it doesn't waste your time making you think that you can actually fight that boss. We just kind of like skipped the attrition part of the boss fight. Now we're gonna try this jump because there's a trigger we're trying to avoid here that closes that door and locks us in the room. There it is. If we kill these two enemies really quickly, it will actually let the door open faster than it's supposed to, because that fight's supposed to be a little bit longer, but it didn't get a chance to spawn in additional enemies. And because of that, we get to go in a little bit earlier. All right, now here's the skip that sometimes really messes me up. Hopefully it happens quickly, but you never know. This is a level that I have in my splits called the Run Killer, because your run can be going very, very good. And then you get to chapter 9 and it's like, oh, well, never mind. I guess there goes my hopes for a PB. It's gone. It has, now I'm just doing this.
We really have to follow them? What are you doing here?
But yeah, if there's any announcements or donations or anything, we're good as I just attempt to make this jump.
Well, good luck with that. Just a reminder, we have an incentive coming up in about an hour and a half, I think, which is for the next round at Steelspunk. It's the bonus Quake Agent, which is an extra 10 minutes of the run, where Osborne, the runner, is going to be playing the Wedding Quake minigame, where he'll be beating each map with a different rule set. He has to do it with one player instead of using the two-player method, and he has to set the goal to 10 kills instead of 5. So we have $195 to go in about 1.5 hours. So when you donate, make sure that you click on that because I would absolutely love to see that. Because even though I explained the minigame, I don't really know what that means. I would like to figure that out. But hey, did you get it?
I did.
Hey!
Just now at this part. And yes, please donate. Is a very good cause. And this is also just a great organization. I love trying to get into Power Up with Pride because lots of really cool people organize this event. Fantastic hosts, fantastic runners, fantastic community all around here. So it's good to participate. Oh, you're going to be like that. Okay.
Have you ran at this event before?
I have. It's actually one of my favorite events to run at.
Oh,
Okay. Went back a bit because the game conveniently forgot that I did a quick save at all at any point in the game, which literally happens sometimes. It's so fun. It's so cool. Let me just get here. Very good. All right. Now we are on the roof and we're going to try to get to the end of this section here. This is another one of those jumps that sometimes you make it on like the first try, sometimes you make it on like the 30th try. So let's hope that we make it sooner rather than later. But this is another thing that isn't necessarily in the route anymore. And I'm kind of thankful. My good friend Gulch, who is going to be running this at SGDQ this year, has been doing a lot of really cool routing in this game. Him and our mutual friend Prisoner have been doing a lot of really good stuff routing this game. But I have the benefit of being the one who got everyone into running this ridiculous game in the first place. All right, now we are up here. And we're just getting some more height as we go to run to the final, not the final, but the final reasonable conflict in this game, which is a boss fight against our evil twin. Now, if you're wondering, oh, I wonder if that makes more sense in the, if you play the game casually. It does not, actually. It is entirely unclear where this evil twin comes from. This is how it is introduced to you in the normal game anyways. Just suddenly, evil twin, and your character going, huh, that's me. I wonder what happens if I kill him. So, we're gonna find out.
I'm not dying. I'm freeing myself from the chains of humanity.
I'm just doing a good amount of damage with the shotgun at first. Now we're gonna switch to this because there's a little technique where you can make this machine gun fire faster than it's supposed to be able to, and it does a little bit more damage. So now we are heading to this exit. He's doing this whole speech, and the level ends when his speech is over. But that takes too long, so we're going to pick up this note. So he interrupts himself. Now his speech is over, and the level can end. All right, and on to the final level of the game, which is the Abyss, misspelled. Fun fact. We are now going to be fighting this big friend. And we're going to stand right here, which is surprisingly a safe place to stand. So these dudes can get a little bit annoying. But we're just going to sit here and just shoot our vampire shotgun, that is what it's called, into the boss here, into his waist. Occasionally getting these guys when they... Oh, I fell. That is unfortunate. Okay. Normally, you don't want to fall there, but those guys who come behind you with the little spider arms, they sometimes knock you off.
Have you got time for a donation?
Got plenty of time for donations.
Oh, thank you. We have $10 from Erica Lawless. And we also have $10 from an anonymous saying, I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm loving it.
I run this game and I'm also not quite sure what's going on.
Kind of adorable.
Yeah, I've only put like 200 hours into this game. I don't know what's happening, really. All right, we have lowered this guy's health considerably, which gives him access to phase 2. We just need him to grab us, which he's hesitating to do. Please grab me. Thank you. All right, so now we can do phase 2 of the fight, where we are just going to run around in a circle and turn on these beacons. And as these beacons get turned on, we are going to get... basically, we're turning on more power for our Flaming Fist weapon, which does about 1/3 of damage to the boss. But since we're going to consistently be launching these rockets into him at the same time, we'll only need to do it twice. It's eating my run commands now, which is rude because I want to go fast. I'm speedrunning the game. All right, here is another lever. And I should have the ability to do the big attack. There we go. Big hit. Now he's almost down to half. And we just got to do that cycle again. We already have our fist charged. Normally, you have to kill some enemies for your vampire gauntlet in order to be able to do that attack again. But we have it. We shot that golden chest earlier, and that restored its power more than it was supposed to be. There's another one if I needed to, but I've already got one. We just need to get the full charge in the attack back again. While he's ahead of us, we're gonna do some more shots into him to lower his health even more, because right now he still has some more health to lose even after the next big ol' fist attack. All right. Time is coming up pretty soon. Let me just... oh boy. Yeah, I see he's gonna be very stubborn. Okay, time will be here in a moment. Hold on. That was very odd. Game did a weird glitch on me. Okay, it didn't register me pulling that one. I understand. Okay. Time is coming up for real now. Oh, now you're saying I don't have that, which is strange. For real? Oh, NecroVision, what would I do without your silliness? And that's time.
Hey, good job.
Thank you. And there goes the big golem defeated. And that leads our protagonist, who is this guy, the first time that we're seeing him in the entire game, the whole time, now to do his speech about how he's going to become a necromancer and create an undead army to defeat the world and do all that. And he becomes the antagonist for the first NecroVision game. But that is the speedrun, and that is a wonderful history lesson on World War I for those of you who are not familiar with the more specific background details of the Vampire Demon War of 1918.
I gotta say, I absolutely loved every single minute of this run.
I'm glad. I had a good time showing it off here. Yeah. And you were a fantastic host as well.
Oh, thank you so much. You wanna tell people where to find you?
Sure. I am AstridTheHorrorGirl. You can find me at twitch.tv/AstridTheHorrorGirl. I play horror games and I speedrun horror games. And I also play ridiculous things like this game too, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And you can constantly catch me doing casual playthroughs of horror games and going fast in them otherwise. That's all I do. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I cannot stress enough how much I enjoyed that. Your commentary was so good, Ose. I loved the general confusion.
Yes.
And also thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And also everyone who's donated. Coming up next, we have Jazz Punk Special Agent ran by Persimmon. We also again have an incentive for that. So keep an eye out, keep the donations coming in, and thank you. Okay, and we're back. I'd like to welcome everyone back to Power Up with Pride. If this is your first time here, I'd like to introduce you guys to this marathon. This is our 15th event, and this looks like will be the only Power Up with Pride event coming up this year, I believe. There's talks of a winter event also, but obviously we're here today because it is Pride Month, and I hope you guys have been having an incredible Pride Month. This event is obviously, it's got an emphasis on queer and ally runners, but we're not only doing this to celebrate the month, but also to raise awareness and fund LGBTQ+ tech. This time round, we're supporting the incredible True Cause United, which implements innovative solutions to youth homelessness that focus on the unique experiences of young queer people. Did you know? Let me pull up the stat. Give me one moment. Did you know that in the US, LGBTQ plus youth are 120% more likely to face homelessness than their peers? The charity that we're supporting today are focusing on trying to end this issue by advocating for advocating for change from the grassroots to the global stage. I think also coming up right now we have Jazz Punk run by Osmond, and then coming up after that we have Lich run by David, and then the quiz about Incense and the Bid Wars. For the Callisto Protocol, we have a bit of what voice language we're going to use. So far, Spanish is leading by $25, so the donation of $25 can bring Japanese from second place to first place. We also have $10 on Italian and Korean, and $5 on English and French, and nothing on Simplified Chinese. So you want Simplified Chinese to win, $75. We also have an incentive that we need $180 to meet, and we need to get that in the next hour, which is going to add an extra 10 minutes onto the entire marathon. And that's so that Osborne, the Jazz Punk runner, can add an entire Wedding Quick minigame. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Keep donating. We appreciate it so much, and it's for such an incredible cause. Oh, and something I just found out about the Callisto Protocol bit is that's actually going to end when Lichness starts. So when the next run begins, that language, whatever is coming first, which again is Spanish right now, will be locked in. So keep an eye on that one. And I hope you guys are enjoying the marathon so far. I know I said it a million times, I absolutely loved NecroVision. I always find the runs that I enjoy the most in marathons are the ones that I just never heard of and work into help. There's a particular genre of first-person shooters that I think was like the 2000s, where they're just incredibly metal. And I feel like the devs were just thinking, this sounds sick, we'll throw that in, and with absolutely no thought about like how that would mesh with the overall story. The world record was just broken, Astrid? 5 minutes ago! That's incredible. Wow, that's good timing. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it in the future. And the series, because I've not heard of that before. But that was just completely wild. Okay, we have a $50 donation from Anonymous saying, let's go, let's. So thank you so much for that. That is incredible. This donation also join the bid war to choose Spanish as the speaking language for Callisto Protocol, as well as filling the incentives for Punk, the bonus fake aid. So that puts us back up to only $130 until the incentive is filled. Remember, that has to be filled by the end of this run. So very, very soon. Make sure that if you donate, you choose an incentive, because unfortunately once you have already donated, and if you forgot to put an incentive in, we actually can't go back and change that. So be careful. And that also now means that the Callisto Protocol voice language is ahead by, let me do some maths here, $70. So that puts Spanish quite far for Japanese. Of course, if you want to see that one, you guys donate. And remember that your money is going to an incredible charity. Today we're supporting Two Cause United, which is a US non-profit organization that focuses on effective solutions for queer and youth homelessness. And I don't know about you, Valiant Son, but I am very hyped. I looked at the when I saw what games I was going to be hosting today, I looked at a couple trailers. A couple trailers of the games to kind of see like what I'm getting into. I watched multiple trailers for Punk, and I do not understand whatsoever what we're getting into. And we also have another donation coming through, which is $25 from Anonymous. Thank you so much. Again, this is shooting for the Punk bonus fake agent run. Thank you so much, as well as going towards bid war for the Callisto Protocol voice language, and that is $25 towards Japanese. That puts us a lot closer if you're going for Japanese to Spanish. I'm not gonna do the math on that. I think that's $50 a lot. So that closes that up a lot. So thank you so much.